Hello everybody, this is Kyle Ott of Draftradio, doing another M15 draft. I like the set so far. It's pretty fun. Ooh. Jalira, Master Polymorphist. Sacrifice another creature. Reveal non-legendary creature. Interesting. Onto the battlefield and the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. Interesting. Is that good? So you sacrifice another creature and then you just get to tutor for a creature? That's probably pretty good, right? I mean, it's either Jaliria or Heat Ray. I mean, there's some other stuff in the pack that's nice, like Netcaster Spider, Carrion Crow, Primadox, Oresco Swiftclaw. It's not like Yisan where you're just grabbing it. You have to sack a guy? Yeah, I'll take Heat Ray. I'd rather have Heat Ray. That might be a mispick, but it's better to take removal, I feel like, than that. Because with Yisan, you're thinning your deck and you're getting stuff, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's not what I should be taking, but we're gonna take another Heat Ray, certainly. Like Heat Ray quite a bit, and you can't really go wrong with two of them. Ooh, there's a Necrogen Scudder. It's a card I like quite a bit. There's also a Gravedigger, or a Kirkesh Onake Ancient, a Borderland Marauder, and a Blast Firebolt. I'll take the... I think the pick is between Scudder, Digger, Marauder, Bolt. And I probably just want Borderland Marauder, right? It's probably better just have a nice aggressive 2-drop slot. I'll just take the Blast Firebolt. Alright, so Broodkeeper is a card that I've heard a lot about. Someone on Star City basically said that you just have to take this thing and win an infinite number of games with it. So, we'll take it, and then if we want, we'll take every Inferno Fist that we find. I don't seem to have a problem with that. Let's see here. There's a Paragon of Gathering Mists, a Frost Lynx, a Child of Night, and a Rotfeaster Maggot. Either one of those things I think is fine. Although I think I'd rather want Child of Night and Frostlings over Rotfeaster. Although I played Rotfeaster at an FNM yesterday and I liked it a lot. I think Paragon's the best card though, so that's what we'll take. Wow, that's a really late Triplicate Spirits. Triplicate Spirits is what we're gonna take here. This card is absurd. There's another Gravedigger and a Turn to Frog, but Triplicate Spirits it is not. Fester Gloom is fine, Aeronaut Tinker is fine, Charging Rhino, Crippling Blight. I think the card I'm going to take is Thundering Giant, though. I think I need to cut red a little bit more, and I actually like Thundering Giant, so. Well, there's an Inferno Fist to go with our Broodkeeper. Inferno Fist is also a nice little removal spell regardless, and I like taking this over Typhoid Rats or Living Totem. It's going to keep us out of another color. I'm also going to pick Generator Servant. You can't really go wrong having something that you can use for Convoke. Plus, honestly, it's just a Goblin Piker anyway, and you can get your big creatures out with it, so that's what we'll take. I could take Paragon, I could take Aeronaut Tinkerer, or I could take Midnight Guard. I think I'll take Midnight Guard. I'd rather be in red-white than red-blue, especially if I can get a couple Heliod's Pilgrims to tutor up for auras. Put them on my Broodkeeper. That seems pretty good. Well, there's a Glacial Crasher, a Mind Rot, a Hydro Surge, Unmake the Graves. It looks like I'm teetering between red-blue and red-white, so I'll take the Glacial Crasher. I will happily grab Blast Firebolt here. I'm not going to play two Glacial Crashers. I will play 2 Blast Firebolts, and I have played 2 Blast Firebolts before. Research Assistant is a fine 2-drop. Fugitive Wizard is borderline unplayable. And by borderline, I mean it is unplayable. Card is awful. So far, not so bad. Nice little start. Broodkeeper and Inferno Fist is really nice. Plus 2 Heat Rays, 2 Blast Firebolts, Generator Servant. Everything's going okay. Alright, let's see what Pack 2 has to say for itself. Nothing good, huh? There's an Oppressive Raise, Void Snare, Willforged Golem. Yeah, this pack is pretty lackluster, actually. I think what we're going to do is just take the Golem. I mean, having another Generator Servant would be nice, but I'd rather just have the Golem, and Golem keeps us out of a color, so Golem it is. Void Snare is fine, as is Amphin Pathmage. Blast Firebolt is also quite good. Again, I don't want to commit. I don't like committing very early on. And there's certainly still more options. I think we're just going to take Goblin Rough Rider. Nice solid little 3-drop. I mean, there's a Willforged Golem in the pack as well, but 3 drops are 3 drops. Alright, well, there's nothing really great in blue. I mean, there's an Amphin Path Mage, and Stormtide Leviathan is just okay. But we're taking second Triplicate Spirits. Triplicate Spirits is incredible. Yeah. And see, this is why we draft the way that we do. It pays. It really does pay to keep your options open. Sort of see how things develop and then build your drafting strategy from there. I had somebody tell me last night that you're just supposed to commit to 2 colors and then stick to it. And I'm like, that's not at all how you're supposed to draft. All about the signals, baby. It's all about the signals. We're going to take Krenko's Enforcer here. Nice little evasive 2-drop. There's nothing really great in white. I mean, there's a Midnight Guard, no blue. This is a late Shadowcloak Vampire and a really late Bloodhost, but we're far away from those things now, I think. So I think the pick for us is between Raise the Alarm or Inferno Fist. Raise the Alarm certainly helps us get those Triplicate Spirits out there a little bit faster and our Willforged Golem, whereas Inferno Fist helps us with our beautiful little Broodkeeper plan. I'm actually going to grab our Raise the Alarm here. I think it's time to commit, and I don't mind committing to red-white. Especially with 2 Triplicate Spirits and a Willforged Golem. I don't mind that at all. Now this is an interesting pick. There's a Willforged Golem. However, I think I want Heliod's Pilgrim. I think the synergy is just a little bit nicer if we can get our hands on even something as silly as Oppressive Raise. Although I guess we want Willforged Golem. I think we'll take Golem. I don't have enough enchantments yet for Pilgrim to be nice, although Pilgrim does have nice synergy. This is still a doozy of a pack. I mean, there's another Paragon of Gathering Mists, a Child of Night, Black Cat is not a terrible card. It's definitely deck filler, but it's not bad. Endless Obedience is okay. I think Statute's better than Endless Obedience, but we're going to take the Kinsbell Skirmisher. Nice 2-drop, keeps on the aggressive side, gets our Convokes out. All solid stuff. Yeah, we're pretty good on removal. We've got 1 Inferno Fist, 2 Heat Rays, 2 Blast Fire Bolts, a couple Triplicate Spirits. The 2 Golems to make that Raise the Alarm and any 2-drop we get relevant. We'll grab Torchfiend, I think. Make our 2-drop slot a little more scary. There's also a Rummaging Goblin that I would like, but can't have everything you want. Now the question is, do we want to grab a relevant combat trick in Crowd's favor or just another 2-drop? I've already got 1, 2, 3 2-drops, 4 2-drops. No, I think I can actually take the combat trick here. And we'll hate draft the most annoying card in this pack. It's probably Void Snare. I will not play Selfless Cathar, so we'll take the Path Mage. I will play a Midnight Guard, so we'll take that. Chrono Starter is the best card of that pack, and Necrobite is the best card out of that pack. So we'll hide those. All in all, I'd say our deck looks pretty decent. We've got removal, we've got some decent creatures, we've got ways to finish out the game. Let's see if we can get something good this pack. Well, there's nothing too great here. All in all, this is actually a pretty weak pack. The 4 best cards being Rhino, Barrier, Divination, Necromancer's Assistant. We'll take the 5th best card, which is probably Borderland Marauder. Yeah, it's a disappointing pack. Another really disappointing pack for us, but I mean, that's okay. We get a 3rd Heat Ray, which I don't mind taking. Man, seriously, this blows. We're not getting anything that I'm super impressed with. There is another Swift Claw or an Evolving Wilds. There's also a Tyrant's Machine, which I wouldn't mind wheeling, especially if we can get some of those Scrapyard Mongrels. I think our 2-drop slot is pretty nice already. I think we can afford to take the Evolving Wilds here and thin out our deck. Although I do like Swiftclaw quite a bit. With 2 Willforged Golems already in our deck, I think I'm actually going to take this Pilgrim and hopefully we get like an Oppressive Raise or another Inferno Fist, something along those lines. We already have an Evolving Wilds and 2 Willforged Golems, so I don't need to jack up our 6-drop curve anymore. Man. Yikes, we're not wheeling anything good. We'll take the Pride Mate here. Let's see here. There's a 3rd Blast Fire Bolt, which I certainly don't mind, but there's also a Marked by Honor, which combos nicely with our Heliod's Pilgrim and our Broodkeeper. There's also a Kurkesh Onake Ancient if I truly wanted it. With 3 blast fire bolts though, I'll take marked by honor. And also, I'll take a second Heliod's Pilgrim too. That's really nice for us. With any luck, we'll see an Oppressive Raise or something along those lines. The most annoying card in this pack against our deck is probably either Peel from Reality or Mind Rot. Zoff Shade doesn't bother me too much. We'll take Divine Favor, I guess. I mean, it's the only thing that really synergies well with our Heliod's Pilgrims. And I guess we'll just take a 1-drop. We'll take Tyrant's Machine. Tyrant's Machine's actually a pretty good sideboard against decks that are much slower than ours and rely on super big Voltron creatures. I don't mind having Tyrant's Machine. Glacial Raid, Statute are fine. Yeah, we'll take Statute. We'll take Statute. I'm not going to play him, but we'll take him. Yeah, the deck's not bad. We got like a couple nice little synergies, a lot of nice little 2-drops. Floating around to help us get our work done and convoke into our Willforged Golems and our Triplicate Spirits. Then ooh, that's a late Necromancer's Assistant. This should not be 15th pick. But I mean, hey, it's a wonderful kind of day where you can learn to walk and play. Arthur, man, great show. Awesome show. And get along with each other. Alright, man, this looks pretty good thus far. Definitely looks nice. Let's see how this plays out. I have a pretty good idea of how I want this deck to look, so hopefully it's not too hard in the building phase. We got 22, 24, 26, 28. So we got to cut 5 cards. Should not be too hard. We're going to cut our Tyrant's Machine. Make sure that we have it for the sideboard, however. So I'll be writing it down, obviously. Tyrant's Machina. And Pilgrims are fine. Broodkeeper is fine. Probably can cut a Pride Mate. It's just one random 2-drop. And there's a reason I'm cutting that and not Bronze Sable. Do I even have Bronze Sable in my deck? No, I don't have Bronze Sable. I normally do have Bronze Sable in my decks. I realize that I use Bronze Sable a lot just because it's nice. It's just not mana dependent at all. It doesn't get much more low maintenance than Bronze Sable. 14, 21, 23, 25, 26. Perfect. We just got to cut 3 more cards. I can easily do that. That doesn't seem too hard. We'll cut a Crowd's Favor because I don't really need it that much. It's not really what our deck's trying to do, I don't think. So that's 1. I can probably cut another creature from this side of the board. We'll cut a Midnight Guard. Just super not that super exciting, I don't think. And then we can cut a Divine Favor. Which you have to remember that we have those cards in our sideboard. And I said, hey, what a wonderful kind of day where you can learn to walk and play and get along with each other. I don't know why, but that song always makes me sound like Bob Marley. Yeah, because this brings us to 21, 23, 25. Yeah, I already cut 2 cards, so this should be okay. Or 3 cards. The hardest part of my games, always the hardest part of my games, is getting a name, because I'll be honest, man, sometimes it's hard coming up with awesome names that have something to do with jank. But that's okay. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta do what you just gotta do, right? Am I right? Sideboarding time. There are a lot of possessives in our sideboard. A Johnny's Pride Mate, Tyrant's Machine, Crowd's Favor. Sensing a general theme with our stuff. Alright, and we're going to do the 10-7 split, of course. It's going to be 10 mountains and 7 plains, I think. Although, is that risky? It might actually be risky. No, I don't think it's risky. I think we just do 10-7. I think that's fine. Or actually what we can do is we can do 9 mountain, 7 plains, because we have that one Evolving Wilds. Great to have that one Evolving Wilds, especially when it's like 14 and 10. So that's always super nice. Let's see, and now I just need awesome name. It's just like Bird Notice, but with like slightly less spies and 20 times more jank. Alright, folks. Well, I will be jumping on to our first game, and I can't wait to see all of you fine people in round 1.